Look, Toby, I'm a busy man. Sometimes I got to put on wading boots and get in the river and hit the gritty. The river was very fast today, and it was like a workout walking against the currents. It was really fucking stupid. Welcome to the stream, everyone.
I thought you were speaking Japanese to me. What the fuck did you just say?
Should we get Matt Bungus into the call?
Yeah.
Matt Chungus.
Madungus.
Yeah. How do I call him? I don't like that I can't hear shit. That's not a good sign, is it?
No.
Yeah, you should probably turn the volume.
What I reckon's happening is that he's... Oh, Discord is on here. I thought Discord's going to be coming through fucking the Elgato mix or some stupid shit like that.
Matt, say a word.
Oh, it's just outrageously fucking quiet.
Amazing. You think...
Thank you, Peter, for the US $9.99. I've been doing research on Greg. Apparently his dad really did once call the cops on him, but it wasn't because he didn't want to eat his dinner. It was because he threatened to burn the house down.
Reasonable.
Fuck me.
Reasonable response, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. Jacob, add me to this chat that you're having with Matt.
Okay, let's...
And then I will test.
It's going to be fun, boys.
We're going to do a couple of tests.
Yeah, things we should have done before the call. We're going to hit the gritty, boys.
Okay, how do I sound now?
Right, you sound absolutely fine.
So fine to us, but we'll wait for the chat to hear
what I'm going to suggest, Matt, is you mute me on the call. Because then we'll be coming through one microphone.
Yes, because both me and Toby are on the same call. So
there you go. I'll just mute my microphone on my phone.
Yes.
How about I just do that?
Okay, you sound better now.
Fucking idiot.
That's much smarter.
Yeah.
How does it sound now?
Apparently, it's still super echoey.
We're going to hear Matt from multiple corners of the room.
I'm aware that I missed the super chat as well. So thank you, Midnight Muffin, for the $2 US.
Yeah, that means...
Always broke, but here's a little bit of my $20, and there's a little love heart there. So thank you for that.
Thank you very much.
Alright, so in terms of sound, I'm listening to it on my phone. We sound all right from what I can tell. So yeah.
Well, that's the best we can hope for on a bad Creepypasta stream.
All right. Again, so if we can stay at like Soot House quality audio.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we need the right level of quality sound for the book we're reading, which we haven't bothered doing for a year.
Yeah, a year. I figured out the last stream we did of this was the 24th of August, 2021. So, I had a quick listen of the last like 5 minutes just to figure out what chapter we were on, and we were talking about a certain man who was causing us a bit of bother last year. More specifically, Cobe.
Was it Baby Teeth Man who weed himself in public? I think that's what happened. I remember it was like yesterday.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one, Matt.
That's the one, yes.
Big shout out to Emergency U20 for the $5. Thank you. Jacob and everyone, what advice can you give about pushing forward no matter what? Any tips? Just curious. Joshua Graham made me think of this. I don't know what he means by FONV.
Fallout New Vegas?
Oh, Fallout New Vegas. Thank you, guys. Okay, so I can't really give you anything that probably isn't like super cliche you've heard before, to be honest. Yeah. I'm going to defer to Toby.
You're going to defer to me? Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
Just as long as, Cope, you don't say the word gritty again.
Yeah. Basically, you have to keep pushing forward, because if you don't, not only am I going to say hit the gritty constantly, like I'm talking 12, 13 times a day, I'm also going to be doing the old, I'm also going to be nay-naying as well. No. Like the cringe-ass nay-nay baby that was lost to us, sadly, in 2014. Terrible tragedy, really. You know, he would have loved Bad Creepypasta.
It's a new catchphrase now.
But no, not only will I say hit the gritty all the time, I'll also be hitting the gritty and crip walking wherever I go. So, that is your incentive to keep pushing forward.
Wait, did the guy who wrote Whip Whip Nay Nay actually die?
No, like the little... There was a baby. Have you not seen that picture of the baby nay-naying?
No.
Toby, this is far too deep of a rabbit hole for us to go down right now.
Okay.
But we'll discuss it after the stream.
It's never stopped us before, has it? Really?
No, not really. But
you see the state of our fucking most recent episode. We start with like a ramble.
So, anyone who's on Patreon, that episode, by the way, the full uncut version is feature length.
It's
an hour. It's an hour and 30 minutes.
Just goes to show how much we cut out of that one.
But yeah, in regards to like keep on keeping on, as they say. Yeah, basically just things will always get better and worse and better and worse, and they kind of plateau and things. We just got a new house. We're very, very happy about that, but there's no electricity in there yet, and
very happy with there's no electricity.
Yeah, loving that. But it's we've got a little studio and everything for
recording.
For recording and for streaming, and we're going to put soundproofing up in there. So we always have been streaming from my living room, which is absolutely cramped.
We're doing it right now.
In the new place, when we move in there is a study/studio which we're basically building in there, which is going to be a lot nicer. So bringing that up because you're saying like, oh, things are shit. Well, I've been living in a house that I really, really hate, and finally I'm allowed to stop and start living a life that actually suits me a little better. So there's an example, and the same will happen to you if you keep striving and just don't stop believing. Basically, thank you, Gornoy's Bulldozer, for the $2. You should check out Gilbert Garfield.
Is that Gilbert
I'm just
Gottfried?
Open that in another panel right now.
Yeah, this new house, it's going to be really cool. Like, Cobb's really wanted to live on his own for a long time now, and so.
Yeah, Gemma and Logan, things are just basically. I don't think those guys, are very good for me. Logan especially doesn't bring a lot of money in. Logan doesn't bring a lot of money into the house, really at all. Fuck me. So
before we actually start this video,
somebody's made a video about it. Okay, well, I don't care about that. There's just some guy who's like, "Oh, let me tell you about this scary EIG I've seen called Gilbert Garfield." And I'll just watch it.
Have you seen the
new
Silent Hill augmented reality game where they're like, "Oh, you can change the Silent Hill canon and you'll be playing it as one"? I literally want to vomit in my own fucking mouth.
Thank you, Pimp Demon, for the 50 North Korean coins. Imagine this story, but it's told by Mr. House from New Vegas, while the NW opening plays in the background.
The thing is, the game was truly rigged from the start.
I think I'd like this more if, Onision got shot in the head at the beginning of it.
I think, yeah, that would have been nice, wouldn't it? The great start to the story.
And one more super chat before we begin. Before we return to the story. Thank you. Bloody hell, sorry about that, guys. Yeah. So, by the way, before I finish reading that, I had Darkside Phil's stream on earlier. He left in the middle of the stream for like 10 minutes to take a monster shit. Brilliant. And then when he came back and unmuted, he cleared his throat really loud. I was like, Phil, never change. Please never change. Never become remotely competent at what you do, please. Thank you, Peter, for the $9.99. Here's a rabbit hole. The other two monsters you've analysed, Chris Chan and JC the Hyena, are apparently aware of each other, and in one of Chris's letters from jail, a Sonic EXE dimension is mentioned. See, this is what happens when I stop doing streams about the prison letters. So, this is getting boring. It's just Chris saying that they're Jesus the whole time. It's like, yeah, you're right, I'll give it a miss. Fucking Sonic EXE is canon in Quickville.
Brilliant. Fucking stop the presses, boys. Yeah.
Okay, clearly you are less enthused about this than I am.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Add-ons and
do you remember what happened in the last chapter, Jacob?
Oh my god, this is so complicated.
No, we don't remember what happened in the last chapter, I'm pretty sure. I just remember...
I do remember, because he was training against... He was doing that thing where they're fighting a guy in, the training suit, and he managed to, beat up murder the guy in the training suit.
Enable. On the right.
Where's that?
Right, I do remember at some point they go to Korea, or that was happening at some point.
That's much better. It's much better.
Yeah, it's much better.
What's funny is that it's cropped out for the viewers, so they can't actually see the board. So fucking nothing has changed for them.
But we can see better.
Yes.
We've have it all.
We
Sports.
We Sports.
Sorry,
nobody asked.
I want to unhear Sonic EXE is canon in Quickville. You cannot, sir.
Why was Quickville like your home digs? Was it? You grew up in Quickville. Fucking.
What version of Sonic DXE?
DXE. What?
.exe. I just said.
I'm thinking
really
like
quickly.
the big muscular one from the remake.
Wait,
wasn't it weird how Sonic EXE began as like a palette swap of the original Sonic sprite, and now he looks like Mr. Olympia? It's like the weirdest fucking shit.
reminds me of like the ripped Jesus on Roblox. If you go on Roblox, it's like a there is. It's like a throne room for Jesus, and he's got like 16. He's got like a 16
I like that me
pack.
creasing up was you interpreted that as Jacob thinks I'm lying. It's like, no, I believe you. It's just a funny image.
Like Jesus on Roblox has like a 16 pack. He's ripped them more than all of us. Like he is good for our sins.
There is a lot of great Christian content on Roblox.
It's brilliant. It is so good.
Unfriendly Fire sounds like from like an FPS. I started another entry despite it. So anyway, this is chapter 17, Unfriendly Fire. I started another entry despite it just being a continuation of the last, because there's so much to tell about what's been going on. I'm actually really happy about that because I can't fucking remember what's been going on. So
Jacob, he beat up a guy in a suit.
Okay, like a fursuit.
Yeah, there was in the training hall, and the guy came in as a furry, and he beat him up because he wanted to be the furry. No, it's like a guy in like one of those, like, I don't know, padded suits, and he like went psycho on him and like beat the shit out of him because he's such a awesome who knows ninja skills.
Right.
I
could be lying. It sounds like I'm lying, but I'm not.
All I remember about this story is that he had a go at some fat person, and he's like a really against fat people.
Like when he was like, when someone answered
like
the
your
door,
stepmom
was
she was
that
fat or something.
like, was she a great big fat person?
So the other trainers heard screaming in the large, near empty room we were training in. And in a sentence with a preposition, they walked in casually as if nothing was wrong, until they realized the person screaming on the floor was their fellow trainer.
Oh no.
Martinez still had the baton jammed in his face. That's right, I said it like an American. While he grabbed his... Sorry, it's very childish.
He grabbed his what? He grabbed his what?
His
humongous what? Is that sexual harassment? You guys remember that shit?
Yes.
He grabbed his throbbing, pain-soaked foot.
Feet.
He suffered quite a bit, it seemed. Good. Just thinking of fucking Wand of Gamelon. Just like, you've killed me! Good! Most of his screaming was incoherent, but something I could understand clearly was him crying.
He's psycho! He's psycho!
I stood at parade rest with my own blood running down my face as the trainers pulled the red man suit off Martinez.
So this is, again, it sounds
Why is it scrolling up? One of the old...
Deadface Man, or whatever his name is, fucking Death Stranding again. Gemma, why did you play Death Stranding like 5 minutes before we started doing this? It's just on my head now. Why is it so confusing? Why, Hideo? I know you're watching. Why?
I love Death Stranding.
Toby, I don't know if you know this. Toby.
What?
Do you know, in Death Stranding, the S stands for strands.
I thought it stands for screen, as in dual screen. I thought it was Nintendo DS.
Yeah, DS.
Nintendo DS.
Standing on it.
I stood at parade rest with my own blood running down my face as the trainers pulled the red man suit off Martinez. One of the older sergeants ordered a student standing behind me to call the on-base hospital and tell them to send an ambulance.
Sorry, what? Did he beat someone up? I'm assuming.
Yeah, like I said.
Who gives a shit?
Because he's Big Hard Man.
Ah, yes, Big Hard Man. That sounds like a Death Stranding character again.
Again,
Mama!
You people wanted this. I should stress more than 600 people voted yes.
The Proposition H.
For Proposition Onion.
Mr.
Vote yes on Proposition Onion.
Basically, a vote to make a bunch of strangers continue reading a bad novel they abandoned.
We have got 69 people in the
Matt,
chat.
I miss Fireball. Can you come back and buy some?
It was what's fascinating is it was 80 odd earlier, and they all left when we began reading. This isn't what I came here for. I came here to hear more about Death Stranding and hitting the gritty. That's what I came here.
And I came here to hear about millions and millions of multivitamins for women. I'm just reading this box that's on the side here. Why is it called Millions and Millions?
I don't know.
Multivitamin for women.
I bought it for myself. I've never
Hold on.
Are there millions?
I'm
and
taking the
millions
multivitamins away. I have just taken the millions and millions of multivitamins for women away. This is just like the handjob's tale. Women everywhere, please change your Facebook profile pic. They have disabled this this zebra crossing, and where they're fixing the bulbs, they've put these covers on that look just like the hoods they wear in The Handmaid's Tale. All I could think of was looking at them like, what? Just liberal women when anything happens. To make sure I didn't go anywhere, and left another sergeant behind with us as well. They were training at Ram Ranch, I should point out. He then went to the back office and slammed the door. After only a few moments of my fellow trainees staring at me like I was a nuclear bomb about to go off, the sergeant
he absolutely wishes he was that hard, right?
Somebody dropped an attraction sign into my work today. Matt, we'll talk about that later.
Oh.
That's going to blow your fucking mind.
Oh.
In fact, let me just put it in the Discord right now.
Did you get a picture of it?
Yeah, I took a picture. Of course I fucking took a picture of it.
Picture for you.
I'm going to stick it in the group chat. You can see it. I'm not going to let the public see it, but you boys can.
Oh, right.
Somebody sent in somebody handed in a note. You'll notice that instead of printing it on dark paper, they've printed it on white, but printed it in white text on a grey background.
Oh Jesus, it was so funny.
Would have been better if it was like black text, red text.
I might read it one day on stream. I don't know. It's really fucking cool, but also tremendously funny.
What is that got in it? Yeah.
Stick it. Everyone people in the channel like, stick that on the screen. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yes, you can.
I can.
You give in to peer pressure.
Matt, I'm not being funny.
I'm taking over the stream.
You have absolutely no idea how to do anything on OBS.
That is true.
So, good fucking
I know how
luck
to work. I can take a picture and just upload it to my channel.
I complied with his order without delay. He proceeded to handcuffing me, and quickly after, brought me to a cell within the main squadron building. In that cell I sat without shoes, or my BDU top, for a few hours. Eventually, the commander of my squadron approached my cell. I immediately stood at attention as he asked, "Are you a psycho troop?" Actually, Toby, would you like to see the voice?
Are you a psycho troop?
The question was painfully familiar. I replied, still at attention. Does he have the same voice he had in
Yes.
Stones to Abigail?
Yes.
Yeah. I am whatever the military wants me to be, Colonel Huss. Colonel Huss replied,
The military does not want you to break the ankles of our airmen. That much should be the common sense. Troop.
I replied, yes, I know. I genuinely look how shit my scroll wheel is.
I think maybe you're running out of battery.
Jacob, shouldn't he be calling him trooper instead of like are you a psycho trooper? Like, no, are you a psycho troop? What?
I don't know.
Are you a Starship Trooper?
Having never been in the Air Force,
I'm doing my part.
and having never served in any branch of the United States military, I don't know what they say over there.
I don't know. I
Make
just
sure
kind
to
of
annoy
trooper
people
as
saying
opposed.
Lieutenant.
Yeah. Thank you, Peter, for the $9.99. Here's something that could help you feel better. I used to live in an apartment complex. See, Peter, you call it an apartment complex, but to me, it is quite simple. To the Joker, this is a normal stream, guys.
Fucking hell.
We're doing
I'm gonna
that.
start my Joker art right now.
I used to live in an apartment complex near some woods that were inhabited by coyotes. Do you mean skinwalkers? I wonder if I could have convinced them that Greg was a rabbit. Fucking hell, that's dark. Were you in Chad's stream where I shared the weirdest love note I've ever gotten? Absolutely not. No, I definitely missed that. Shut up, Cope. I will not. This is the one place where I get to express myself.
This is the one place.
This is where I bare my soul, and you will learn that my soul is dog shit.
This is the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism.
The Michael Lewart channel. All other YouTube channels have been corrupted by capitalism.
Because they earn money.
But yeah, exactly.
That's why they.
Shut up!
It was a,
Yeah,
that was a
to
nice
corrupt the
secret.
capitalism,
There's a nice secret we had there, Matt. Once. The Colonel continued.
Hang on, did you say yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
The Colonel continued. It's about 4 a.m. and the trainers do not want you to finish the course. In fact, your fellow trainees don't seem to want you back either. With that being said, you will now return to your room for the remainder of this week. You will report to the
William
main
Shatner, apparently.
therapist's office at 1000 hours every day until they release you. You got it, troop?
Isn't it 0 1000 hours?
No, it wouldn't be because
It would
10.
be.
It would.
Wait, no, I completely misread that. I was thinking 0
How many hours are there in the
100
day?
Yeah.
100 fucking hours. Gemma, you're killing me.
It is 3 or 10 right now, guys.
Wait, I thought for some reason I thought it was like 1 a.m.
003 in the morning.
I'm here with Onion Boy.
I'm
He'll break my
Oh my
ankle.
god! I'm going to call Onion Boy. I was like, hello, thank you for calling me at 3 a.m. How old are you? I'm 23. Boo.
Too old. Do not want.
I replied, understood, sir, and saluted as he walked away. As the Colonel walked away, he yelled,
Jesus Christ, troop!
I guess he had never met an airman like me, one that can't follow basic orders and, beats people half to death.
Fuck is this?
The thing is, he couldn't
Was
really
Mikey-
punish me for injuring someone in a red man suit during a training exercise of that nature. It just doesn't look right on paperwork to reprimand a person for being too efficient of a fighter. I don't think damaging someone permanently during a training exercise where presumably one has to exercise a little bit of self-control, not that self-control is something you would understand, you fucking nonce. I think, reprimanding for that is perfectly fucking normal, and I don't think it proves that they're an efficient fighter.
But he beat him up with his vegetarian body.
Beats him up in his vegetarian bodega. Now, where the...
Jacob, he couldn't control his rage because men would catcall him on the street.
Oh, we've got a super
Oh,
chat, by the way.
God.
Yeah, I was gonna finish the page.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I can't believe Gemma told me what was it? I think you told me the ending of that show.
Sure, She-Hulk.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're telling you.
And I'm like,
you
Matt, you are making this up. And you were like, no, it's serious. And I'm like, I still haven't looked this up to verify it. But I refuse to believe that's real. I mean, come on. It cannot be that. Really?
Okay,
It is.
let's finish the page anyway. Blah, 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 blah. When you're in the military, especially when it's against a man who is in a padded suit. I knew this. The Colonel knew this. But obviously there's a limit. Maybe I would find out where the limit was if an opportunity came up again. I feel like they would be watching you pretty fucking closely after this. Regardless, I just finished my last day of sitting in a therapist's office a few days ago. They brought up my father a lot, saying I was holding back information from them. He made me eat food that didn't have meat in it. And that he was the root of all my problems. Absolutely not. No therapist worth their salt is going to go, your dad is the root of all your problems. Unless your dad was
You're the root of all your
fucking
problems.
diddling you. Yeah, if Onision is your client, you're like, let me just, there's like a little panic button under the desk.
Where he's like, I live on the
Panic
limit.
button,
I'm
it'd be
a
like
piper
a-
at the gates
it'd
of
be like a
dawn,
Mr.
and I take
Burns'
no
drop
prisoners.
Yeah, it's like therapist's office. What they mean is Bond villain lair. They just press a little button and the couch just slides into a hole in the ground. Just spikes beneath it.
It'd be like that scene with Austin Powers where he just drops into a
Yeah.
furnace.
I've been badly burned.
But I'm still very much alive.
My penis still works. Bring me that child.
Get back, you savages.
But enough about CREEPYPASTA. My father was none of their business. He was dead to me. And that's all I had to say to these strangers about it. They didn't even know my mother had died. Maybe if they did, they wouldn't assume I was such a generic head case. I would have been more forthcoming.
Maybe they wouldn't give a shit because
This
there's no-
fucking thing! I would have been more forthcoming with personal information, but I didn't trust them. Why would I? Psychiatrists on my base are trained by the military on how to deal with crazy people, right? In other words, drones. Programmed by other machines to deal with humans. No thanks. Now you're thinking of pigeons. Fortunately, I heard the head doctors... No! No! What's happened?
You went very far down.
I did. It's okay, though.
I mean, he keeps complaining.
Well,
Yes.
I definitely think there's something like. I think Toby's right. I think my mouse is about to run out of battery.
Why don't you use the arrows on your keyboard? And see
No, that's what fucked it. Trying to use my arrows instead. That's what made it just jump somewhere.
Oh.
Okay, so an ambulance.
Is it ambulance? What about the page down button? You got a page down button on your. Wait, yeah, keep going. Keep going.
There we go. Fortunately, I heard the head doctors cleared me for returning to duty since then. I have no interest in being discharged from the military anytime soon. Well, I've got news for you, Greg. So long as living with my father remains the alternative. All right, so that's the end of the page. Let's read some super chats. Okay, thank you, Pimp Demon, for the 20 Nokia bucks. I always thought the Gemma was an Enclave soldier. Oh, Matt, I've just realized I can hear my own voice through your mic. I don't know if you want to turn me down a bit.
Demon, I thought we had a deal.
Thank you, Tams. It looks like the B should be silent, but I really have no idea. Thank you for the $20.01. It's very specific, thank you. You can stop now and drink Greg free. We'll all pretend you were never here. It's never too late to not read one of these books. You're absolutely right. The problem is, I don't know if you took part in the community poll, but there was quite a lot of people who voted, and around 600 of them voted for, yes, please continue reading this. So, I mean, you kind of have to give the people what they want. Unless the people are teenage. You get the joke. We're going to make a joke about Greg being a nonce. You get it.
The joke writes itself.
Yeah.
You do it for us.
No third return to blame it unless he dealed you. I'm sorry to spoil the ending, but... Oh, no. Oh, what a fun book this is.
Wait, what?
It would be especially unreasonable if my discharge... Sorry, I'm just...
Got another...
I know. We'll actually, yeah, we've only just... We'll read this because we've only just started the page, haven't we? Thank you, Peter, for the $9.99. Here's a bowling analogy for Greg's attempts to... excuse me. Here's a bowling analogy for Greg's attempts at philosophy. There's definitely...
Here's a bowling analogy.
Basically, there's...
It's another bowling analogy.
Fellas, there's wine in this glass, all right? Let's just call it like it is. He'll tell you that he always bowls the perfect game, but everyone else will tell you that he's never knocked down even a single pin. I think that's exactly right. Like, I know he was discharged from the military dishonorably, well, in real life and all this, but not because he beat somebody up, because he was actually an enormous pussy hole. But that's what I heard.
A dishonorable discharge is the best we could hope for.
Just like, they call me Ben because all my bitches 10. Wait, no, that's not what I'm... How do you delete a tweet?
Draconian Toffee, it was a grand, right? The goal was a grand. Yes, Cam. Yes, it was. Yes,
Gee.
that was what it was. Yeah.
Well, there we are.
$1,500.
We are at some point going to do another 24-hour one. Obviously, only I will probably stay up for the whole thing. We're going to do another 24-hour one. So for that one, making a request of like, yeah, we need to make 500 is reasonable. On a stream where we're reading a book by Onision, like at this point, people have already been more generous than I expected.
Yes.
You maniacs voted for
That
this.
everyone showed up is a miracle. Really, it could have been more of a prank.
you
Like,
can
I've
pour
got
us
600
through a whole,
mates
like,
to say,
half a
we
glass,
want to read it, and then no one shows up.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought perhaps, Matt, it was all just your sock puppet accounts, because I know you were desperate to get back to the Onision book trilogy.
I didn't say anything about a trilogy. I just wanted to see how this one ends.
See, that's not how I remember it. There I was, posing, practicing for Mr. Olympia. And
Yeah, I'll have the rest of that.
there you
Everyone
were.
was shitting on the floor.
There you were, just eating endless bacon sandwiches. And you're saying,
I like this memory.
oh, Jacob, we gotta finish the Onision book. You're so strong and handsome. We need to finish the Onision trilogy. I said, and as I deflected the bullets from the robber, we were saving a lot of people in an orphanage at the time. I said, Matt, I'm not sure. Perhaps we ought to ask the public. And then you said, okay. And then you looked very shifty as you sort of pulled a laptop from between your ass crack, like, between the cheeks. At which point I thought perhaps you'd used several sock puppet. Yes, I said what I said. No editing here, folks. Several sock puppets to sot puckets.
Yeah, the high-tech sock puppets.
Yeah.
The next generation, Elon Musk invented them. So you can say the N-word on Twitter.
The Tron Bumbles, you used them to inflate the votes. In fact, only 30 people voted, and they all voted for no.
Yeah,
The rest of it was just you.
I like this story because it involves a lot of bacon sandwiches. Me.
People are very keen on sock puppet.
Sock puppet.
It's hard to say as well because my brain keeps trying to autocorrect it.
Sock.
It's making me fuck it up even further. I'm like sock puppet.
How much wine have you had, Jacob?
I
Not
thought
enough.
I was the one with the stutter.
Not enough, my dear boy.
But next time I come over, I'll buy another bottle of Fireball. So.
Oh, no.
No, because that's what resulted in a fucking hour and a half.
No, we need to do that. I think every episode of that, Jeff the Killer versus.
Yeah,
Jay
we
the
should.
Killer
No,
is
I
just
think for every
beyond
Jeff the
Fireball.
Killer one, we should be fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, we need
Because
to
it's a
be.
tradition. Because if you think about it,
Every single Jeff.
going
We've done
way,
it once and we liked it, so
way
let's keep
back.
doing
No,
it.
no, going way back to Jeff the Killer 1. All three parts of Jeff the Killer we were drinking, and by the end of it, Toby was off his fucking tits because we were drinking like, was it like vodka and orange the whole time?
Oh, I believe.
Wasn't it?
so.
Or was it vodka and was it Fanta or something?
I don't know. I don't know. I think it was actual juice. Because this was back
no,
in the
that
day
was
when
in
Asda.
Fanta
It's back when Asda had like 6 cartons of juice for a $5.
Oh, those were the days.
Yeah. I think I had a sot puppets at a Chinese takeaway once. The military is primarily a weapon.
I thought he was an Egyptian.
This is what I find
Sock
weird.
puppets.
Like, I'm too violent.
Some might call it the Kill Butt Factory.
The government calls it the army, but a more alarmist name would be the Killbot Factory. I'm too violent to be enlisted. Is that not we're here? Is that not what we're here for? No, honestly, that's not why you're there.
No.
You're not here to murder one another. You're there to, you know,
The army is
you're there to
filled
learn
with serial
yeah,
killers.
you're there to learn skills and discipline.
It's like I will murder any one of my colleagues, but I
Yeah.
fucking draw the line at going anywhere near a bunny rabbit.
It's just like how, just picturing Greg with just like a fucking scimitar in each hand. So I don't care, men, women, children, animal, mineral, vegetable, enemy combatant, doesn't matter. Drop me somewhere, I'll just keep fighting till I die. It's like, that's not how the Air Force works.
That's how the movie Sucker Punch works.
Dunno, never saw it. The military is primarily just a weapon, plain and simple. Well, I don't know about that one. Did they really expect every airman to go through combat training to be unable to destroy the man hiding behind the red man's suit? I think it's more that they know better than to cripple someone in training.
Yeah.
We're only allowed to be killers and psychopaths when they put their stamp of approval on it, right? Otherwise, there's something wrong with us. Yes!
Stop saying right like we're agreeing with you.
But also just like this. So we're only allowed to kill the bad guys, right? Otherwise, there's something wrong with us. Yes, Greg, that's how that works.
Imagine that.
Also, he's in the Air Force. Like, the people with the planes.
The ones who are far away.
I'm sure I'll be subjected to plenty more faulty military logic as time passes. Telling me all sorts of crazy things like, I can only shoot the guys who are on the other side. I can't...
Well, she's
I-
P-18.
I can't... You fucking ruined the joke, man. I was going to drag it out, but I can't put my red underwear in with my white military shirt. I can only have sex with adults.
Matt always likes to jump the gun.
Yeah.
Just like Onision.
Except Matt doesn't fuck kids,
Jump, yeah.
to put it bluntly.
We got this is birthday.
Do you know who does? CREEPYPASTA.
Jenny,
Oh, and JC the Hyena as well. But it's okay because Luigi Kid said to his massive audience of 13-year-olds that JC was sorry and we should give him a second chance. Fuck Luigi Kid! Just
considering he's
fucking
the whole
floating
reason
that one
fucking-
out there.
He's also the whole reason that fucking Creepypasta Land exists.
Oh yeah, that's the worst thing he ever did, actually.
Yeah.
Not like not helping a nonce get away with his awful crimes, but facilitating the creation of Creepypasta Land on PC.
God, that fucking game. I never played it. I watched you play it. Isn't that just like basically RPG Maker asset flop?
Yeah,
We all,
it's,
like,
it's
remember
so
we played
badly
Creepypasta
made. As
Land
well.
2 in the
Was that the
24
one where we
live
decided to
stream
name the main
better
character Papa
RPGs.
Roach?
No, that was Creepypasta Land 2. Creepypasta Land 1, I think it was just Sebulba.
Because we had Papa Roach.
Those are literally the only people that the only names I ever give characters is Papa Roach and Sebulba, and occasionally Buttocks.
That's a buddy cop team I want to see.
There was two people have both said, "What the hell is Creepypasta Land?" And I'm just like, "Oh, you sweet summer child."
Oh my god! So I forget that like the show has been on the air for so long that there's like new school fans who've missed so much. So like we did a 24-hour live stream in like 2014, I want to say 2015 for charity, and like it's to raise money for charity anyway. And one of the things we did was played through the entirety of a game called Creepypasta Land, and it was fucking horrid. It was a great experience because we went to a studio and everything, and there were all these computers. It was really cool, and they let us have the place for over 24 hours to set up and everything. It was incredible. But man, that game sucked.
Yes,
the only reason I know it's 2015 is because I missed it because I was working at the restaurant I was working at up in Scotland, and I hadn't met you properly yet. But I was a fan at the time.
Creepypasta Land, is it like Blobby Land?
Jamie, we talked about Blobby Land on Chad's stream. We do not need to talk about it again.
Is it Mr. Blobby?
Yes.
Oh, I like Mr. Blobby. It's my boy.
Toby.
Toby's exactly the type of
Mr.
mother.
Blobby is a
Toby's
frightening thing.
exactly the type of motherfucker to like Mr. Blobby.
I fucking love
That's
Mr. Blobby.
so perfect. Like
That's
someone
my
said to me,
boy.
Jacob, picture a fan of Mr. Blobby.
Did you see Toby?
Just Toby on my folding chair with a glass of wine. It's like shrugging. Boys, I fucking love Mr. Blobby.
It's great.
Eating
Look
a
at that,
waffle
it's scary.
raw.
Mr.
It's
Blobby's
like-
fucking terrifying.
Just like, just,
He might sound like he's screaming sometimes. He's just showing emotion.
just uncooked waffle in one hand. Just like
Uncooked waffle in one hand.
enormous blood in the other. It's like, guys, I fucking love Mr. Blobby.
I'd rather watch a ton of videos on Mr. fucking Nosy Bonk than watch anything to do with Mr.
What the
Blobby.
fuck is Mr. Nosy Bonk? Gemma, stop bringing your fucking dreams up into this. What the fuck is
Straight up, I know who Mr. Nosy Bonk is. Never actually bothered watching any content relating to Mr. Nosy Bonk because I'm entirely too busy counting these racks. Guys, should we read chapter 18 or should we go to bed? Vote now in the chat. Bong. That
I'll
was
say
the
let's
rude
try and get
censor.
through another chapter. It shouldn't be that long, probably, maybe.
You got what you ordered.
Anyway, just tell us in the chat.
Okay, it's actually quite long.
Do you want chapter 18 or do you think we should go to bed?
Probably
What?
read chapter 18, I don't know.
Yeah, we should probably do that.
Jim, I didn't fucking ask you. I asked the chat, alright?
Wait, let me get my laptop out.
Matt on,
Get my
and all his
account
socked
all done.
buckets.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. In my spare time on Chad's channel, I've been reading Fox Girl Cringe. We can read this.
Fox Girl Cringe.
Please tell me more about Mr. Blobbyland. What is this?
So,
It's
okay.
it's an
Is it House
abandoned
of the
it's an
Dead?
abandoned theme park.
Oh,
So Blobbyland.
Really?
So Blobbyland. So to
You
give
wanna
you
go?
the long and short of
Jim,
it,
you want to go to
Blobbyland
Blobbyland?
Yeah.
with me?
yeah? I want to go.
Jim, where's is it in Scotland?
it's in England.
Shall we go to Blobbyland? Shall we do a video at Blobbyland? Guys, actually forget about this stream for a moment. Forget about the story. Please vote in the chat because I'm not making another poll. So just vote in the chat. Should we do a video at Blobbyland? I don't know what the video is going to be. Just that it will take place at Blobbyland.
So to give you the gist on Mr. Blobbyland,
Yes.
was that it was made in the 90s because when Mr. Blobby was at the height of his popularity,
Yeah,
right?
my boy.
And they were
Pull it
like they'd made it they'd made the whole park, and Noel Edmonds had was setting up this, and they had like a press release and everything like that to do a bunch of stuff there, and then somebody died. That's why it didn't get opened.
Oh.
Yeah,
Who died?
a guy.
A
don't know,
guy.
also-
You know who the guy was? It was Mr. Blobby.
The
It was
real Mr.
original
Blobby.
Mr. Blobby.
So the reason Mr. Blobby's all fucked up like that is he was in a fire.
It's like a Batman
One of my
villain.
favorite videos though is watching Jack Whitehall.
The reason he
being
talked like that is he
fucking
had.
terrified of
he's-
Mr. Blobby.
Do you remember when we said like Jeff the Killer in the last episode like was in a fire and had several strokes? Yeah, that's Mr. Blobby. Thank you, Peter, for the $9.99. Being an American, this is only the second time I've heard of Mr. Blobby and Mr. Nosybonk. The first was in a Blame It on York video about unintentionally disturbing children's characters.
Isn't Blame It on Jorge?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I feel sorry for anyone who is either, lives outside the UK or is
I haven't got a
under
fucking
25.
I haven't got a fucking clue, Gemma. You know what? I'm too busy keeping it real.
I love that video of Mr. Blobby going shopping. It's so funny. He just tries to get some shoes and he gets
It's great.
annoyed.
Like this, I don't know why this makes me so
He
happy.
can't get no like normal shoes. So he has to go in the shop and he gets accosted in and he comes out with like size 45 fucking shoes or something, I don't know. And he's like, he loves it. He's just...
Speaking of death, you heard that Takeoff died recently. Yes, the guy from Amigos. Yes, that was a
Just
shame.
picturing just Toby so intently talking about his favourite like Mr. Blobby skits. It's like, guys, this is great, right? Because he's got like his feet are just these huge fucking pink thing. He can't find any shoes,
He can't.
and he gets real mad.
He does. He gets so pissed off. He starts throwing the shoes everywhere. He gets accosted inside the store. You expect him to get arrested? No, he comes out in nice shoes. He starts jumping around.
So
He
did
loves
people-
it.
So now I'm getting
did
like
people-
a mixture of Brum, Chuckle Vision, and Mr. Blobby in my
Fuck
head.
me, I love my boy Brum.
Brum.
Don't you be dissing my fucking boy Brum, right?
just
Brum
like a
was
mixture.
Brum was a king because
Yeah,
he was
Brum
a
was
tiny
great.
car with a little crank at the front, but he was also a living person. Hey Toby, you know what I watched last night? I don't know if you saw my Instagram. I watched The Herbs in bed last night.
Fucking hell.
Herbs is amazing.
Fucking hell.
What's great is each herb, right? I don't watch his Content Monkey, so I have no idea how he says his name. Each herb has a little theme song, and they sing it in almost every episode, but they always add little bits that are context relevant to the episode. So they're like writing extra bits of song for every episode, which is probably hard work. But I don't know if it was true back then, because I'm sure Herbs is from like the 70s or 80s, right?
Yeah.
But I read that on shows on TV, you get paid extra if you write songs on them. So if that was true in those days, they must have been fucking rolling in dough on the Herbs.
See, the thing is, like, that's why the young ones had like a musical guest every episode
Yeah.
because they were classified as a variety show instead of a sitcom
Yeah.
because they got more money.
Oh, that's what Bob's Burgers does as well. They get paid extra for all those stupid little songs they have in every episode.
Yeah. I was gonna say. So here's a little bit of trivia for
Guys,
you. 'cause
do
people are
you
talking-
want us to go to Blobbyland?
They've already said
Yes.
basically yes.
Okay.
Remember, vote with your wallets.
are going to Blobbyland.
Couldn't go to a nice holiday destination. Like,
Toby, you were the one who was excited about Blobbyland.
I mean,
Next, we'll be going to fucking Pontins.
Let's not go to. I'd rather go to Blobbyland. Let's go to fucking Blobbyland.
Yeah.
Let's not go to fucking Pontins. Let's not do that.
I was gonna say, like, here's a bit of trivia about Mr. Nosybonk. So on
So glad we're doing this.
So Charlie Brooker's Weekly Wipe, if anyone ever watched that, which I know that you guys did, or at least
I've
Will
definitely
did.
seen it, yeah.
Ashens, you know, the famous
Yeah.
YouTuber Ashens, right?
Well, famous YouTuber. I feel like you can be one or the other.
The more well-known YouTuber
Yeah.
Ashens.
That's not a celebrity.
Ashens used to go on to Charlie
Sorry,
Brooker's
what's his name?
Weekly Wipe.
That guy who does
Dressed
the
as
video.
Mr. Nosybonk.
Oh. That guy who does the videos for the escapist. You know, the one.
Oh,
Nazi.
yeah, no, I know who it is.
That's the man.
I like Ashens.
That's not Ashens.
I thought it was the same.
Ashens.
No, Ashens is an Englishman, isn't he?
Yeah, he's an Englishman.
I thought they were both English.
No, Yartsy's Australian, isn't he?
Aren't they? I thought they were
No, he
both
lives
the
in
same
Australia.
person.
Oh, okay. I don't think they're the same person though.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't care enough to
I'm
look
pretty
it up.
sure they're the same person.
I don't care enough to look it up.
It's not.
Mr. Beast is famous. No, honestly, no. I disagree. I don't think anyone on YouTube is famous. Like, somebody famous is somebody like you know everything about, right? So like a Kardashian is famous, right? Or like Kanye West is famous. Like Will Smith is famous. These people who you all know have appalling marriages. These people are famous. People on YouTube are not famous. They're known, but like
Yeah.
somebody like PewDiePie, right? probably, you know, these are the type of guys, they get harassed at a convention. You know, they can't go to a convention without lines of people chasing them, but they can go to the grocery store without being bothered. A celebrity, a famous person, is somebody who can't go to the grocery store without being bothered by people. You know, that's somebody like Alec Baldwin or Matthew Broderick or Mark Wahlberg, or really any of these horrible, violent psychopaths who got away with awful crimes. I kind of lost my train of thought there.
So chapter 8.
Thanks, Gornoise Bulldozer for the $2. Mr. Blobby, but he's a Ned. Scariest thing ever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jacob.
Can we make that costume? Can we make that costume?
Burberry hat.
Jacob, you're saying like the difference between a celebrity and a YouTuber is a celebrity can get away with a murder.
Yes, absolutely. And celebrities, Jamie Dodgem just pointed in the chat, celebrities can get away with diddling kids. When YouTubers do it, usually they go to jail. Like a lot of them have been caught, unless Luigi Kid says it's okay.
Oh yeah.
He is the he's like the arbiter. So, like
I just thought of Halo. I'm sorry.
Either, you know,
What else did I fucking thought of?
Oh shit! I just thought of the Rasmus.
Shit.
But basically,
Well,
what happens is when you fuck a kid, right? Of course, you get found out, and Luigi Kid finds out, and he's there with like a gavel.
Not guilty.
He decides whether you're guilty or not.
Dun,
and
dun.
then, if he decides you're guilty, then you have to face like a real court.
I've made my decision. In the shadows.
Actually, yes, it's Luigi Kid and the lead singer of the Rasmus, but one of them always lies and the other one always tells the truth.
I just thought of the Rasmus.
I've got a fucking clue what I'm talking about.
This is how these streams devolve, Jacob.
It's because you keep bringing booze round.
I brought a single bottle of wine. I didn't think it would get that bad.
I started drinking at work.
Oh.
It's a problem.
It's as soon as you leave. Oh, bye, guys.
Basically, I'm an alcoholic. It's implying that I was drinking when the shift ended, not during. Chapter 18, you got what you ordered. Oh, that's the name of the chapter. I think that's just being weird.
Oh, no.
Chill.
Crinkly Bottom, aka Blobby World. Blobby World, not Blobby Land, thank you.
Blobby what?
We're going to Blobby World anyway. The Simpsons are going to Blobby World.
Fucking right, we are.
Simpsons are so on, like, they have their finger firmly on the pulse. You know, they just did a Death Note parody.
I know, right?
Well done, guys. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Simpsons Slender Man parody next. Fucking embarrassing.
Have you heard the voices these days?
Oh, Marge.
Simpson so
just let her
bad,
retire.
Man.
Just let her retire.
She does not sound right.
I was sat down. I was like, you know, I'm going to randomly watch a new episode of Simpsons, and then I heard Marge's voice. I was like, this is either a different person or her voice is fucking shot.
It does sound like a different actress, doesn't it? But it's not.
So an incredible amount of things have happened.
Chapter 18. An incredible amount of things have happened. But first off, I want to talk about this girl, Rachel, aka Emma Norman. That's hard to say, man. Emma Norman.
Can you not just say it?
Emma Norman.
Emma Norman.
I know what you're
It
thinking.
sounds like when you pick up a skull in Banjo-Kazooie. Icko bockum.
I know what you're thinking. No, you don't, Greg. There's no way you knew that I'd be sitting there going, Emma Norman.
Emma Norman.
There's no way. I know what you're thinking. Bullshit. I'm thinking about how that person's name sounds like a skull. Ikombokum. Boys, when she's slobbing on that, but you trying to be Ikombokum. That's when you know that bitch. That's when you know that bitch is a ginger.
What?
I don't know what I'm talking about.
It just seems like you're on the verge of tears every time we do like a story or a pasta, and I am here for it every time. I think it's so funny. Every time I'm here. Oh, this is great. More drink! Hey! Sorry, the bar is closed. Hey!
Okay, so Edmund Ichabodker.
Sorry, I'm just
Knickerbocker glory.
I'm just remembering stressing about postgrad trying to get my masters. Anyway, I know what you're thinking. Oh God, another one. And you're right. I'm pathetic. I bounce from woman to woman and move extremely fast with them. I get
Way
it.
past cool.
Really, I'm just another defective product of this ridiculous speed. Why don't you try to improve?
Why is he trying to make it out to sound like he's not a human? What are you, a fucking alien?
Just like you, my point is that there is no point in pretending I don't have basic human needs. Be realistic. Kuma! Disgusting Kuma! So this girl, Rachel Norman. Sorry, yes, Emma Norman. I call her Booty. Because I'm just a bad person, is what it is.
I call her Big Booty because she's got a big booty.
If you saw her, you'd probably understand why. Yeah, I figured that one out.
Oh,
really
yeah,
big ankle.
God, like a Jill Valentine ass. Yeah, man.
I call her
that's
Booty
so
because she wears
cool.
Doc Martens all the time.
I bet he put on sunglasses for this bit because he thought it was reading. He thought it was writing straight fire.
Toby, I'm gonna be real with you. I probably get horny once, maybe twice a week. It's not a frequent occurrence for me. When it's not working, Jill Valentine. So he just grabbed your glasses. Like,
I'll drink that.
okay. I wish there'd been visuals there.
So
Toby
that's
gave
great
me.
for my self-esteem.
Toby just gave me
The look of
What
approval.
do you think the Raccoon City Police Department uniform was all about? The stars, fucking. What do you think that was about, Gemma? Why do you think I made you wear that?
Yeah, I suppose.
Got it for their birthday, you know. Wasn't for you, unfortunately.
It was a present for Code.
It's like the bowling ball.
We've lost Toby. But yeah, he gave me the perfect, like, a man of culture look when I said that Jill Valentine shit. It's like, CGI bitches.
Yes, quite.
I call her Booty. Like, fuck you. She came to our base. I have this written, God damn.
Oh no, in quotation mark. God
It's
damn.
like that
Sorry,
guy.
no, in
It's like
parentheses.
that guy that's like eating the food and is like, damn, damn, damn.
How many
I
dead
mean,
beans
she's
are
just
we
got
gonna
like,
dig
she's just
out?
got like a yogurt. Just like,
Go.
Damn.
it's like, so, oh yeah, I bounce from woman to woman. Just Em Norman comes in. He's just got a Muller fruit corner. And it's like, God damn. I was like, are you all right, Em? Are you? So, oh yeah, sorry, I'm like in therapy because I broke a guy's ankle. Please do not speak to me.
He's the most popular guy. He's in this weird like high school mindset again. Like, hey, I heard you beat up a guy in training and seriously injured him. Wow, art.
She came to our base only a few weeks ago, and we immediately connected. She's not my race.
What?
What?
Why would you word it like that?
She's. Oh.
She's not my race. Like,
Ooh. We thought we had a problem with Booty. Oh.
boys,
Now Booty's
Only-
worse.
only
Yeah,
two.
no, Booty is worse.
Only 2 sentences later,
Jacob,
I call her
if you just say
Booty
the N
because
word
that bitch
right
got a
now,
big
you're
ass.
less racist.
And I was just like, I like this girl. Now, she's not my race, and normally I wouldn't like that. But
That's basically what he's
she
implying.
got such a big ass. Like, why would you ever word it like that? Okay, she's not my race. It sounds like such a weird boomer way of putting that.
That is.
She's not my race.
It's like-
In fact,
No,
she's
you
the
know what it sounds like? It sounds more like Uncle Ruckus saying it or something.
In fact, she's the first girl I've been with that's had a different color. That's has. He's actually so horny he can't even bother spell checking.
Oh my
Because
god.
how can you spell check?
Every slur you know.
How can you
And
spell?
it's less weird.
How can you spell check with your dick in your hand? That's first girl I've been with that has a different skin color than me. Also, he's written color the European way, which is weird because he's an American. But good. We literally wreck each other when we're alone.
Oh my. Okay.
I'm going to try and get through this quickly before I vomit. She's fulfilled most every desire I've ever had. In addition to the more than pleasant physical side of our relationship, things have been mostly drama-free. This is a welcomed alternative to the recurring sequences in my life. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to read Super Chats instead of read more of this.
I don't blame you.
Thank you, Gordon Knows Bulldozer, for the $5. Now I think of Mr. Blobby. Is it true, Mr. Blooby?
Mr. Blueby.
That's
Mr. Blow Me.
That's the posh version.
Is it Mr. Blueby was my father?
Because Mr. Blooby running around stabbing people in a hoodie.
Call me
Funniest
Blobby.
thing. It's a funny image. Thank you, Peter Millick, for the $9.99. I'd love to see a series where Onision is compared to famous villainous characters. The joke would be that he'd hate the villains for the wrong reasons, e.g., hating Baron Harkonnen just for being fat.
What his name now is?
Jimmy. Like, thank you, everyone.
One of you cunts can read that.
I'll read.
Yeah, you fucking read that.
Where are we? In general, I've been feeling a lot more at home here.
Ever since you could be getting some bitches on your dick, huh?
Go! You're gonna give me... Stop. Most people are most people are desperate to shut up! Get away from this space. But for me, it's
not so easy, is it, Joe? It's challenge sometimes, isn't it? Reading for the people at home.
It's right.
Perhaps you shouldn't judge me so harshly.
It's practically paradise at this point. They encourage my mentality here. They don't tell me to believe in made-up gods or eat a certain diet.
Oh my god, he's still going on about it.
Like,
I haven't been here
his dad,
for a long time.
My fucking dad, I hate him so much. He makes me pray to a god I don't believe in and makes me eat a diet that is not one I would like to eat.
God, could you imagine being a dog like that has to eat vegetarian food? Like some people, piece of shit people.
Oh yeah, that would be awful. But like,
you're not a dog.
Forcing a dog to be vegetarian is fucking evil. But at the same time, just like from the food he described earlier on, it sounded quite healthy as well. It wasn't like his dad was like starving him.
No, and I'm not being funny, mate. Some vegetarian vegan food is actually genuinely very nice.
It is.
You don't have to eat meat every single day. I mean, I do, but you don't have to.
They want me to.
When Toby doesn't eat. Yeah, when Toby doesn't eat meat, he just kills an animal just so he gets it out of his system.
I mean, have you been stalking me? How do you...
No, because I did the same thing, Toby.
No, shut the fuck up, Matt. Stop talking, alright? You know too much about my personal life.
They want me to be the bone breaker I was born to be. The way that I'm treated.
No, they don't. They actually don't want that, because do you remember, one chapter ago, you broke somebody's ankle and you got in a fucking ton of trouble.
Yeah.
The way I'm treated, the way I feel, it's practically the polar opposite of what I had back home. This base has a far lower population density than I'm used to, which means less people for me to hate being around. It's generally far quieter too. On top of that, the person I sleep with is a few doors down from me and doesn't have a roommate. How insanely great is that?
The person I sleep with, you utter pig.
Booty.
The person I fornicate with, yes.
Oh yeah, just like her name, not important. I call that bitch Booty.
Now, as for my bunking situation, I don't have a roommate either. Probably because no male military member is willing to sleep in the same room as me.
Oh, you are such a hard cunt. I bet he thought this story's gonna make me look great, isn't it?
Nobody wants to sleep in the same room as you because you're a known rape.
Yep.
And you probably smell.
Swivel there. I wasn't gonna say anything there. Just gonna let it go.
After the training incident, my last roommate was already on orders to leave, and no one has replaced him since. There's not much to say about my job here. It's not like how it was back in Oklahoma. When I was in the States, I would occasionally be able to get in a patrol car and actually do police work. Rank wasn't as important here. Here you can't even drive a car unless you're a sergeant. Back in Oklahoma, I could literally act as a patrolman despite my low rank.
Low rank in. Sorry, we need to scroll down. Jacob was just giving me the eyebrows. I'm not sure what that was about.
In Korea. For the most part, I just stare at fences and try not to lose my mind more than I already have.
What, are you on the fucking DMZ line or something?
I'm
just
armed.
Staring at fences.
I'm armed with awesome weaponry on a daily basis, but obviously because South Korea and North Korea are not actively killing each other, these weapons are basically just an extra weight to carry.
Oh no. I feel so bad for you that you can't just like unload on people. It's like, oh, we don't want to fire this gun into a crowd of unarmed civilians, but I just can't.
I just want to get into Pyongyang and just... You
And
may have noticed...
Pyongyang,
It's so
these
bad that I can't
motherfuckers,
go
right?
people.
You may have noticed I'm not afraid to get in fights.
Oh.
I say that as a joke, of course. I understand my position.
It's not a joke. You beat a man senseless in a training exercise.
Regardless, it's the same story. just a different day. Recently, Senior Airman Austin, or Raven, as his friends call him.
Yeah, I see that the male character is called Raven and not like Legs. He's a nice guy, but I call him Huge Cock. And if you saw this guy when we're getting showered, you'd know why.
So I turned around to him and I said, "That's the
Because of
biggest
his
dick I've
huge
ever seen
cock.
on a man." Thank you. Was hitting on Airman Norman alone in the briefing room when I walked
Sorry,
in.
he was hitting on booty, I think you mean.
When I walked in, he had a hand on her hip and her back was against the wall, so she couldn't easily escape him.
Not that she would want to, as we discussed. He had the largest cock I had ever seen.
Airman Austin was subjecting my girlfriend.
Oh, now she's your girlfriend. A moment ago, she was the person you
that
sleep with.
To something painfully similar to what Ashley had gone through. Who the fuck is Ashley?
I think that was his girl back in America.
Isn't that the President of the United States' daughter?
Yes.
Ashley!
I think she has a normal voice unless she yells Leon.
Leon!
Help!
Leon!
Help!
Like something, it's revealed that she's actually a cat.
She just sounds really old. So what it is, she's got like a glamour that makes her look like she's like 20, but in actuality she's 10,000 years old.
Do you know that the woman that plays...
Because she's the daughter of Joe Biden.
I was like... Do you know the woman that plays
God, he's
Ashley in Resident Evil 4 is actually the same person who voices Sandy Cheeks in SpongeBob SquarePants?
Well, yeehaw!
Remember that kid's arm I broke back in high school? Well, what Airman Austin was doing to Airman Norman was even worse. Unfortunately, I was only as an airman first class at this
And
point.
he wasn't wearing the red suit, so...
And I was already in hot water for what I did to Martinez.
Like, I like the way he says that he's only an M first class, as if he was a higher rank, he could get away with breaking someone's arm.
Alright, let's finish this page and then I'll read Super Chats.
In a calm voice, I said.
Airman Austin. That's the woman I sleep with, who I have decided to call Booty.
He turned and smiled at me with his hand still groping her hip.
Hey, that's Senior Airman!
Him demanding I address him by his full rank infuriated me more than I already was.
Oh my God, learn to write.
What he was doing combined with those 3 words executed in that tone made me want to stomp on his face till only smashed brains, torn flesh and broken bones were left of it.
Are we reading the creepypasta again, or is this still the same? This is still the same stupid fucking...
No, he just comes across as a psychopath.
I maintained my composure, despite him condescendingly reminding me of my rank, and spoke in the direction of my girlfriend, Booty. Immediately, the Senior Airman busted up laughing, and with his altered composure, his hand slid off her hip. Airman Austin asked while laughing,
Booty? That's what you call her?
I smiled angrily and replied,
Yeah, Booty. You wouldn't know the half of it. I mean, I can see it's not complicated. You even had said in this diary that we'd all tell why you call her Booty if we looked at her.
As we spoke, Booty walked past me and out of the briefing room doors. She wasn't upset with me. She just wanted out of that situation. I think she was upset with
She was
you.
probably upset with you because you didn't call her by her name.
Yeah.
You
Just
called
called
her
her Booty.
by a body part that you're sexually
Body
attracted
parts?
to. You know, that'd be like me calling
parts.
calling somebody by a body part you're sexually attracted to about them. That'd be like me calling Toby feet or Gemma feet or Matt feet. You know, it's just weird.
Yeah, like just change it. Like calling her Booty's bad enough, but what if she had big tits?
It's just like, how dare you touch my girlfriend Jugs?
Jugs McBooty.
Rack, how dare you? Fun bag.
Fuck my girlfriend,
How dare you
Melons.
touch my girlfriend Bootysaurus? Anyway, I'm gonna read some super chats.
Giggle butt.
Thank you, your mother, for the $5. For what it's worth, I voted against this. I'm sorry, Cobe. That's quite alright. You're one of the few, the brave few, who voted against this nonsense.
Vicosaurus.
Thank you, Peter, for the $9.99. As a Christian, I can see that every time Greg tries to insult us, not only does he further secure himself a spot in hell, he makes someone else cringe straight to heaven.
You mean that we're not going to hell? Vindicated. All right.
I feel like so. Here's the thing: like I feel like we are sort of hellbound. We're hellbound monsters, particularly in my case as a, as a man who was. What's a polite way to say sodomy with other men?
Sodom.
Okay, let me unmute. No fuck. All right, so yeah, basically, I'm going straight to hell. However, I do think, to an extent, we are doing God's work with these streams. Perhaps that's a little arrogant of me, maybe even insensitive.
Dreamy Not Dream says, my girlfriend, Sugar Tits. Actually, you're talking about Bearing's girlfriend.
Oh yeah, Bearing. I remember that guy.
Yeah.
That's probably 2016 internet.
I know.
Good times.
Jacob, you talk about like
the male red pill.
Like you know how in Dawn of the Dead, like someone says, like the reason they all came back to life is because hell was full up. Well, when Greg dies and goes to hell, they're gonna have to close it down because all the devils gonna be busy. Like, sorry, zombie apocalypse, because we got to focus on this guy.
You're a kick, dude, but I'm gonna bang your girlfriend anyway.
My mind was a war zone. I couldn't hold back my
you're in the
words
fucking
any longer.
army,
I spoke
twat.
in a low, gravelly tone. If you touch her again, I'll slit your throat. Eamon Austin's attitude changed completely. Him being a few inches taller than me didn't help my position either. Well, no, easy access to his throat.
Yeah.
I haven't got to duck down. Glass half full. Eamon Austin. This is nowhere near half full, this glass. I'm drinking a lot of it. Eamon Austin's attitude changed completely. Him being blah, 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 blah. He replied in a more serious manner than before.
Now, I'm definitely gonna bang your girlfriend. Only when I'm done, there won't be anything left of her. What?
It's just this. So I feel like this book is trying to say that
Is he going to
Air Force.
until she gets fucking cremated?
The Air Force is full of psychopaths, apparently.
Yeah.
I blacked out. I woke up in the hospital in a
Well,
neck
they let
brace,
Onision in.
and had 3 broken fingers. My thumbs weren't broken, but one had a missing fingernail. Both my hands were covered in dried blood as well. It looked like someone half attempted to clean it off, but apparently failed miserably. With noticing the condition of my hands, I also quickly realised both my wrists were handcuffed to the bed. I could hear someone screaming in the background.
You're not going to take him anywhere. We want killers at this base. We want fighters. What's wrong with you? We're in military, goddammit, not the goddamn Boy Scouts.
I was pretty sure it was the Lieutenant Colonel again. See, it's American. I'm saying Lieutenant.
Lieutenant.
No, I know that's the English way. It's an American story. He always had the same slightly. Also, didn't the Lieutenant Colonel get upset when he badly beat that guy up? He always had the same slightly optimistic tone to his screaming, despite how angry he sometimes was.
There wasn't much talking after the squadron commander's round. Shortly after things died down, Lieutenant Colonel Host burst through the double doors to my room to check on me, and was clearly happy to see I was awake. Like a switchblade, I laid at attention in my bed. It sounds weird, but I couldn't stand, and I didn't want to disrespect
Sorry to
him.
interrupt. Someone in the chat just wrote, I blacked out due to major cuck energy, but I read it as major. I read it for a moment as major crunk energy. Such a now picturing Anissa as Little John.
Oh my god. Crunk it.
Let it down, bitch. Let me
Yeah,
see
just
you
like-
back it up.
He's like, Eamon, how you doing today? Yeah.
So that's why he
What?
calls his girlfriend Booty.
At ease, troop, goddamn.
The Colonel
And
yells.
see, Toby's now adding a little crunk style.
Goddamn. Let me see you back
As
out.
Lieutenant Colonel Hoss spoke to me, I began to realise I was gaining a high-ranking fan. He went on a pretty long speech, so I'll do my best to summarise it for you. He basically said...
There are a lot of cowards in the military.
He didn't say that, because there aren't. What a stupid thing. There are a lot of cowards in the military. I don't know if that's true. I feel like you might say, there are, a lot of cowards in the hospitality industry. There we go. There's a lot of cowards working in the theatre. I don't think there's too many people going, there's a lot of cowards in the military. I think not.
No.
No, Jacob, think about it, he's got a point, because he admires Onision for blacking out and going to land rage at close range when you've got all these pussies in their tanks and helicopters. What a bunch of wimps using
totally.
guns.
There are a lot of people who check in and check out just like this is a job. Many of them ruin their BDU bottoms, defecating in them, just thinking about the idea of taking part in real competition.
Check in and check out like this is just a job. They don't work at Costa. She's like, oh, I'm just like, you know what I like about you, Greg? When you're making all these nice coffees and everything. But even after your shift's over, I noticed that you're cleaning the coffee machine, you're keeping the place nice. You're doing extra work, you're going above and beyond, and this is why I've promoted you to assistant manager. You go above and beyond in the Air Force, which is full of cowards who are afraid to fight. Apparently, people who fly fighter jets are apparently cowards.
He makes it sound.
But
like it's a summer job.
Onision, the fucking paragon of manliness and strength.
I completely and utterly agree.
Oh, this is fucking stupid.
Here's the thing, Airman Linfield. I'm gonna suck your dick a little bit more. You have quickly become a project of mine. You aren't a coward, and I don't think you're a psychopath.
And that's bad.
I might have assumed you when I'm talking to Airman Norman, who I guess is your girlfriend, and that is badass.
I've been talking to Ekum Bokum.
I responded.
You can't call him that. You can't.
I responded.
That's racist.
I responded.
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant Colonel Hoss continues.
Well, you know how to pick 'em. She was defending you the way before I can't fucking see.
It keeps scrolling up.
She was defending you the way before I was. Once she explained why you did what you did, I've completely written it off, and so long as I'm here, no one can punish you for it, because this story is the fucking stupidest thing ever put to paper.
That's always like, no one can punish you.
I
mean,
feel
you
sorry
are
for
handcuffed-
Microsoft Word.
You are handcuffed to the bed.
Bill Gates, I'm sorry.
Do you think this is why they charge so much for Microsoft Office now?
Yes, because there should be a fucking
It's
license
like,
fee.
We've had enough of people writing shit like this. You don't get to have Word for free.
You don't
because
get
of this.
fonts just right on Notepad, you pieces of shit. That's all you deserve.
I'm not gonna
Fucking
spell check
Notepad or fucking whatever the other one
Notepad.
is.
Untitled Notepad.
Untitled Notepad.
Untitled
That's it.
Notepad client.
My wrists moved slightly, making a clanging noise as the Lieutenant Colonel spoke.
Oh,
Hearing the metal clashing,
excuse me.
clashing, reminded him I was still in cuffs. So he
I'm
stood
still in
up
cuffs.
and called in a sergeant to
Still in
remove my
crunk.
handcuffs. I could only assume by the fact that I was in cuffs in the first place that the senior airman was probably in the worse shape than I was. Just like everyone I had fought with had been. My mom really did teach me well.
Okay.
This is just a dick sucking, like, for himself.
Yeah.
Isn't it, really?
Anyway, somebody needs
the high five.
somebody needs to take Peter's wallet off him because he's drunk.
Oh dear.
Thank you for the $4.99, Peter. It's enough. All right. You're gonna own like shares in
BCP.
yeah. You're gonna own shares in my butt. That's what we're out here celebrating. My booty. If this is how Greg tries to write witty repartee and insults, he'd be terrible at insult sword fighting from Monkey Island. Monkey Island's fucking great.
I love Monkey Island.
Greg is so brave. He wore a bulletproof vest to court. So brave.
So Chuck Man's
Well,
like
didn't he wear it
Homelander
backwards?
would say this
He
guy's
did.
a narcissist.
I tell you what, like, I'm a little jerk. I would fight Greg. I think I could take him.
He's vegetarian body.
I think I could take him.
Jackie, you go to the gym.
Yeah, but I don't drink kombucha, which I think would put me at a disadvantage. Thank you so much, Hungry Burger, for the $50. That is extremely generous. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
I probably should read the note. Someone actually wrote in the chat, that's a 50. You have to read it. Thank you, Hungry Burger. Would you rather have Onision as a high school teacher, JC the Hyena as a babysitter, or Chris Chan as a personal chef?
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
So,
that's a hard question.
basically, I guess the question is, do I put my children at risk, or do I just eat a lot of cum? I think it's the question here.
Did he
Isn't it?
serious? I don't even. Actually, I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything about that. I think I'll be happier in my life if I don't know anything about that.
Okay, you know what? If in this scenario, am I the high school student? In which case, I could cope with having Onision as a high school teacher, because he wouldn't nonce me because I'm a boy, and I would hopefully learn that he was a nonce and beat him up with my friends, because that's what we used to do with nonces in school. I'm not allowed to give you money, but you'll accept that guy because Peter, you keep firing on. That's his first one, but thank you so much. Greg is like if a bottlenose dolphin lacked all its likable qualities, like intelligence, playfulness, cuteness, just the sex best quality, basically.
See you tomorrow,
Here's one excuse to
See you
punch
tomorrow.
someone.
See you later, Cobe.
See ya.
See you later.
See you later, Matt.
Thank you, Hungry Burger, for the $20. Much appreciated. I'm the Michael that our mum says we have at home. Oh, do you make content? I'm gonna go on your channel now. Go to channel. Oh shit! Yeah, he has loads of content. My God, he does creepypasta readings. The Haunting Melody, Street Fighter Sucker Bus. All right, hang on. Let me subscribe so I can check this out later. Okay, subscribe. Cool. I'm gonna watch these later.
Right, Jacob, just finished the goddamn story. I want to know what happens.
I could do
Gripping.
that. I could, but why? Why would I do that? Why would I do any of that?
Because it'll be over sooner.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Gordon Always Bulldozer. Check your DMs. There is some funny stuff. Oh, I'm not doing that on the screen because it's probably a picture of your cock. Guys, please stop sending me pictures of your meat. Was Hitler a British agent? I've seen this. Thank you, Some English Bloke, for the £10. Cheers for carrying on with this. Always good fun to peel an onion. Nah, he's absolutely. Thank you. I said people voted for it, man. I put the thing up and I was like, oh, would anyone like to, would anyone like us to do this? And people overwhelmingly said yes because they're all insane. Thank you, me68777 for the $5. Does Elon Musk owning Twitter make you want to come back there more, less, or about the same? I've never wanted to come back to Twitter. I've been very happy about leaving Twitter. I have no real interest in Twitter. I think it's a bad place. I left when all those, like I say, kiddie fiddlers, animal fuckers, and pornographers came on there, and I won't be going back. But I do have Instagram. So there you go. Hungry Burger, $5. Stop sending vegetarians pictures of meat. They can't handle delicious food. I'm not calling anyone's dick here delicious unless they're super chatting me. In which case, I'm sure their penis is very smooth and has very good mouth feel. But and we all know, because we have discussed this on stream before. As we all know, girl dick has a significantly different mouth feel. But you guys apparently were not ready for that conversation then, and you're probably not ready for it now. So we're going to move on and we're going to continue. We're hopefully going to finish this chapter.
Has Gemma gone as well?
Are there any slurs against the mentally retarded? Yeah, the word retarded.
I mean, it was medically, but now people get upset. Like, it's one of those things like, like retarded was a medical term, and so was spastic.
Yeah, so was spastic. But it doesn't mean you can say it anymore. Oh, man. I just don't give a shit about this. This is the problem.
Well, I mean, neither do I. But I just want you to finish.
Perhaps I was foolhardy to post the vote about this. But I assumed people would vote no,
Why would you?
Then again, I assumed people wouldn't vote for Silent Hill Homecoming the other night. It's just, I guess I just don't know people. H3H3 got banned because he thought it would be Kino to make fun of Elon Musk by impersonating his account and calling him a pedo. What the fuck is going on with what the fuck is going on with Twitter and people on that website? People are so fucking.
I don't know. I like someone else was like,
it's funny. Like I'm gonna say Elon Musk is a nonce. I'm like, there's actual nonsense on that website. You people don't do anything about. What the fuck is happening in the chat? It's complete nonsense.
Yep.
I just look down for a moment.
I wonder where they got that from.
People just yelling at each other. What the fuck? Oh, I should read the rest of the story, but I'm not gonna.
Where are we?
Gemma, you want to fucking read the story? Maybe you want to climb down on the...
Let's talk about how much he hates fat people and they should all be put up against a one shot. I agree.
Oh. Wow, 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 wow,
Oh, wow.
This is the level of content now. I'm unable to speak. It's just noises. It's like, hi, welcome everybody.
So ASR.
What did we get?
This is what I tuned in for.
The Colonel interrupted my thoughts.
How dare he interrupt my loose women? Sounds like you said thoughts is what I'm getting at.
Well, want me to call in your girlfriend, Super Troop?
Super Troop!
The
This guy would be called Goof Troop.
Goof Troop.
Yeah, that's how the song went.
Also,
There's something
Toby's
so
not here,
similar,
so
aren't they? It's like Goof Troop.
The fact my girlfriend was.
Oh yeah,
physically
I remember
there
the
made me
Goof Troop.
so-
It's such a memorable tune. Goof Troop, yeah, we're always goofing about. Yeah, that was the song, right? Wasn't it? That's how it went.
I can actually pretty much remember the Goof Troop theme song quite intense detail.
Yes. Cope. Yes, please, sir.
Yes, please, sir.
I said. The Lieutenant Colonel turned to walk away, so I quickly sat up and said,
Sir.
He stopped and looked over his shoulder where you could see I was saluting him. The Lieutenant Colonel laughed, saluted back, and quickly left.
Fucking Garbo. How dare you write this?
After a few minutes of silence, alone in the hospital bed, Booty ran in.
Is it not this?
Wait, hold on.
Before the Colonel went and got my
Wait.
girlfriend.
Before the Colonel went and got my girlfriend, another person clearly approached him outside talking about me. He just screamed at them.
I think it's you. Because Toby's not here. He was doing the voice.
No Article 15, no LOR, no therapy, no nothing. He's already clear. No one touch him, you got me? A few voices screamed back.
Yes, sir.
After a few minutes of silence alone in the hospital bed, Booty ran in while excitedly saying, "Oh my god, you psychopath!"
She sounded happy.
She sounded happy, but her dialogue was confusing.
Psycho. Why?
I asked. Booty explained. After Austin threw you against one of the desks, you jumped on him and ripped out his eye with your bare hands.
Fuck me. Why would you ever write something
It's not like you
this?
gouged.
I sat there in shock. I felt sick. After a moment of silence, I asked,
Is he... I mean... What's his condition now?
Booty quickly said,
Why the fuck is her name Booty? You can't do that, Greg!
"Well, apparently your freaking thumbnail is jammed into the side of his eye socket, so they're removing that in pieces. But salvaging his eye isn't happening. The amount of damage you did, God, Artie."
I like that he
Knowing
keeps
the
calling her
extent of
Booty,
damage
and he hasn't
was,
given her a
like,
name.
question the Lieutenant Colonel, not sending me to a
Yeah,
padded
it's
cell.
her name's Ikum Bokum.
Padded cell somewhere. Booty explained, "Artie, I told Haas that Austin sexually assaulted me and you were just defending me." I was confused. I replied.
But he didn't.
Booty shook her head and quickly corrected me. "Actually, when anyone places their hands on another person in the way he did me, it's considered sexual assault. I mean, he groped me, Artie." Her saying that made me feel much more content.
She left the
got
room.
fucking problems, bro.
Out of all the significant fights I've been in, a large portion of them were against people who had just sexually assaulted someone. The one with Martinez was
That's
the
ironic,
result of
isn't it?
I know. The one with Martinez was the result of my bloody nose, and my father, well, he shouldn't have choked me. I warned him. Maybe I wasn't the psychopath people described me to be. Maybe Lieutenant Colonel Haas saw me for who I really was. In his eyes, I'm exactly what the military needed. Maybe I am.
Anyway, the next... There is no bottom to how fucking awful this gets. Let's read Super Chats.
Wait,
Yes.
Jacob, before we do that, can you give me a second to go? Because I need to laugh while vomiting up blood at the same time.
Thank you, Hungry Burger. I have to take your wallet away as well. You're getting way too extravagant with these donations. Thank you so much. Hungry Burger for $10. When a bodybuilder burns calories, it's exercise. When I do it, it's murder if they're morbidly obese. These double standards sicken me. Fucking hell. Ugh, grim. I love the gym so much, by the way. Calorie deficit's a lot of fun. If anyone's ever tried it. Just don't get into too much of a habit because you'll accidentally give yourself an eating disorder. But if you're mentally stable, calorie deficit's a lot of fun.
Just remember to eat a cake after every exercise. Go to Planet Fitness, the best gym ever.
Yeah, free pizza and Tootsie Rolls and like no fucking weight benches.
We should go to the gym again.
I actually love the gym so much. Yeah, Matt,
Yeah, but we need a stable train company before we can do that.
Yeah, that's the problem because obviously you have to get the train down here if you wanna train. Play on words. I'm very clever like that. With me, you need to get the train down here, and yes, they're constantly on strike. Just why can't British people speak like normal guys? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you the truth, and just between us because we're such good friends. If when the stream ends, I'm gonna stop doing the accent.
Yeah, same.
As I say, did you just want we're basically at the last little bit? Do you just want to finish it off and then?
Oh no, we did finish it.
Oh, was that?
Yeah, maybe I am. That's the last line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, cool. I was just thinking No,
we finished. No, we finished the chapter. That's why I was just like, oh, and let me tell you about the fucking train.
Oh, okay. Because I thought there was going to be like a big train run and then finish off the last little chapter.
Just fucking 10 straight minutes of another thing about these unions.
Okay, and then Onision and his big booted girlfriend.
Try and open a can of soup. What I can tell you is that opening a can of cat food is very scary. I learned that from the movie Smile.
Oh yes, the cat food jump scare. The sister.
You never told me about that film. I mean, was it good?
Not really. It wasn't.
I'm shocked.
It was neither good nor bad. It was just startlingly mediocre.
That's probably the worst thing that you could say about it.
Jacob holds Matt hostage on stream.
But here's the thing, I can't fucking hear a thing that Matt says now.
Oh yeah, that's a good shout because Toby's taken the phone away with him, which had Matt on there.
Yeah, I was wondering what that effect would have. So I can say all sorts of nasty things about Gemma. Yeah, so do you think we should go on strike and
Yeah, so here's what's going to happen, guys. The YouTubers are going on strike. Now, we expect more ad revenue despite not uploading content. So we're not going to upload anything until we get more ad revenue. Oh, what's that? It appears...
It's going to be just us, so we're going to rope every YouTuber in.
Well, it doesn't matter. The result will be the same because it's stupid to stop working for more money.
Yep.
I was going to make a joke about the Prime Minister, but I can't remember who the fuck it is at the moment.
I don't know who this week's Prime Minister is, but we'll check next week.